All right, welcome back, everybody. So pivoting our coverage just here a bit, we want to look ahead to the next defamation trial for InfoWars host Alex Jones. That's right, his name is back in the news. As you might recall, Jones was successfully sued out in Texas by the parents of a 6-year-old boy who died in the 2012 Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting, and this happened in a trial back in August. These lawsuits began to pop up after the conspiracy theorists called the mass shooting a, quote, hoax. And now he's due in a Connecticut courtroom for a defamation suit against 8 more Sandy Hook families and 1 FBI agent. He already lost the suit by a default judgment, so the jury's going to have one task: to determine how much he owes, how much he has to pay in damages. Opening statements are slated for Tuesday, and it's expected to last up to 6 weeks. And during his Texas trial, he was called to the stand, so let's see how that went, and I'll ask my guests if they think he should change his demeanor about if he actually decides to take the stand. We'll talk about it on the other side.
I'd like to refer you to the end of 2014. We've had a video received in evidence of you stating your belief at that time that no one died at Sandy Hook, that the whole thing was fake. Do you understand, as you sit here today, how crazy that is?
I have said before that there have been so many lies and so many things in the past, and I was under a lot of pressure. And I truly, when I said those statements, when I say something, I mean it, that I really could believe that it was totally staged at that point. And I was basing that off of really Steve Pachenik, who has been a very prestigious person.
Do you understand now that it was absolutely irresponsible of you to do that?
It was, especially since I've met the parents, and it's 100% real, as I said on the radio yesterday, and as I said here yesterday. It's 100% real, and the media still ran with lies that I was saying it wasn't real on air yesterday. It's incredible. They won't let me take it back. They just want to keep me in the position of being the Sandy Hook man. My son got confronted yesterday.
Moving into 2015, at the middle of 2015, in July 2015, InfoWars stopped covering Sandy Hook.
Yes.
Why did you stop?
Because Halbig was saying that I was involved in Sandy Hook because I wouldn't have him on, and I started finding out that some of the things, that the anomalies they had put forward weren't true. And I had just ended my divorce and just kind of got my head cleaned up and stopped drinking for a while, and realized that it probably did happen, and I was probably, it was a good chance I was wrong. So I started basically trying to walk it back long before I got sued, because I wasn't sure that I was right anymore. Not everything's a false flag. Not everything is staged.
So Joe clearly didn't help himself too much to take the stand. Do you think he's going to do so again in the Connecticut trial?
Yes. The reason I say that is because he's totally narcissistic. He's one of these folks who believes he can say whatever he wants to say with no ramifications of what's true. I do not believe for 1 second, nor would a jury, that he ever believed that Sandy Hook actually didn't happen while he was saying it didn't happen. They'll never believe that, ever, like in life. And for him to actually think that he could improve his lot by getting on the stand is absolutely crazy. That's poppycock. But he'll probably try it again, because he believes that the things that are going on with him are so unfair, and life is so unfair, and my life is a certain way, and my son's getting confronted, and we're really broke, and listen, I just don't think that it's believable at all. But the biggest part about it is the arrogance that he displays. I mean, If you are a certain way, you can't believe, somebody's got to tell you around you that you're not going to come off well. You're going to be worse off if you are yourself.
That's if he listens. So, Casey, you tell me. I can't have Joe have all the fun here. Do you think Alex Jones will take the stand? I mean, it's not even clear right now if he's obligated to even be in the courtroom in Connecticut. But if he decides to testify, do you think he's going to?
Is the elephant heavy? Of course he is. Let me tell you something. He loves the cameras, hence why he was in front of the cameras right outside of the courtroom, rambling about why he was, unjustly guilty as opposed to being liable for the defamation. He loves the attention. This is who he is. So unfortunately, his attorney cannot tailor, cannot advise, cannot counsel properly. So Mr. Jones is going to lead to his own demise.
Just following up with you, Casey, because I know we have to sign you off in a minute. So the bankruptcy court actually allowed this trial to go forward. Was that a rarity? I mean, do you think that that was the right decision in this case?
Of course, because until the bankruptcy proceedings are concluded, I mean, the trial must go on. They'll make that determination after, because we don't know the outcome of the trial. It could have gone in his favor. So, of course, the proceedings go forward and you deal with the judgment afterwards.
And Casey, sorry, one last question about Alex Jones. There was this talk about there being a punitive damages cap in the Texas trial. I interviewed Mark Bankston, who was representing the plaintiffs. He said he has a good argument that that cap shouldn't apply. With about 40 seconds left, what do you think?
Well, the law is the law. So, of course, the judge will make a ruling based on whether or not the cap on damages should apply in this case. And, of course, if he does not have the assets as he claims, then the plaintiff in this case is going to have a hard time securing it, but follow the law.
Well, either way, I'm sure Alex Jones does not want another hefty judgment assessed against him. I mean, we had $49 million in the Texas trial. We'll see what that actually ends up shaking up to and how much he ends up paying. But Casey Early, pleasure to have you on. Thank you so much, as always. Really appreciate it. Joe and I are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get Jenny Alcati on here, and we have a lot more to talk about. Stay with us.